Welcome back to the Concept Complete podcast, featuring myself, Spencer, and my co-host Matt with Neanderthal Gaming TV, who is currently beaming down from the satellite in the moon of Titan. And, of course, joined by Fistcake, who is there outside of the satellite doing repairs, but he was able to make it to us today via video call.
Yeah, I fixed my satellite. It's fine. We're good up here in Space Cake. It's everything's great. Hello, Corn.
What up, Corn? Sorry, connection's a little bad up here on Titan.
Are you farther away from your mic, Matt?
No, I haven't. It shouldn't. It should be.
Okay,
there's no way I can
split.
change the direction where the mic is. It's from my
It's fine.
headphone. It's always in the same location.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that I had everyone.
I mean, like even
level.
if I can't, this is.
No, it's fine.
can't-
Don't
if you
change
can
anything.
see,
I'll
I'm
change on
moving-
my end. I'll
I'm
change
moving
on.
the mic,
Yeah.
but like as it's connected to my ear.
Right. No, I just wanted to make sure everyone was even. I got you.
Well, can you move your ear?
Fucking
I didn't think about that. I'll go Picasso on this bitch.
Oh, no. You can't hear
Wait.
it.
No, Picasso's the one that made the face paintings all over there. Van
Oh,
Gogh's
yeah,
the one
Van
that cut
Gogh.
off his ear.
Yeah,
Did you
Van
not
Gogh.
know art? It's like
Oh,
I'm on
I'm
a
so-
podcast with a bunch of like people who don't know art.
Oh no, I'm losing the call, guys. Oh no, my Discord's acting up. Oh jeez. Oh, this giant red hang-up button is calling my name. Oh god. Make it
Your
stop.
video would still
Oh,
be
no.
here. We would just voice act for
No.
you.
Just leave voice act the giant fist in the background. That'd be beautiful. It'd be
All
a
right,
great
so-
time.
We're gonna start with what we play this week. Fistcake, when you start us off.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, played a lot of games. We can start off with my fucking daily addiction now, which is Chivalry version 2, aka Mordha. Mordha. I actually never, tried to figure out how they say it. But
Miss Mordha.
Mordha. Okay, cool.
But they never
So I'm not-
asked Mord who.
Somebody hasn't talked to anybody for 2 weeks. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Okay, anyways. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that.
True.
It's so true. Oh god, I'm so lonely. And that shit is fun. I don't know why. Like, I'm not usually into like the whole, team deathmatch stuff unless like the game has like a really good concept like Titanfall 2 or this.
Right.
And it is a lot of fun. A lot of people from the last 2 weeks I played, a lot of people hate spears because they have range, and
Okay.
a lot of people get upset when people tag up on one person in a war game. So my favorite thing to do is like, why don't you guys come at me 1v1, cowards? And I just type it, don't do war stuff in my war game. I hate it. Ugh. Which immediately
Nice.
nobody responds to, and everybody just continues on with their angry conversation. But I like to think I did my
Wow.
part in trying to,
Yeah.
strengthen the Mordhau community. I
I also
passively,
hear that rapiers are very good early level. They just destroy
yeah.
newbies.
yeah, rapiers is because they have like the fast stab, which I mean it's true, but it's not. I mean, yeah, once you play it long enough, it's not too bad. But yeah, that was like another thing. People are like, oh yeah, stop spamming the stab with the rapiers, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
And then
get good, idiot.
it's pretty much. I mean that's what it is, You can't you can't download a mod for that. You just got to get good. Yeah, like people were like having like a whole conversation in the middle of like a giant match. Like, well, actually, the devs think it's perfectly fine. Blah blah blah. I'm like, guys, we're
These
at war.
armchair fucking devs, dude.
Oh yeah, they're
God
great.
damn it.
What happened to the days where you could just be like, fucking uninstall, idiot? Like, they don't say that anymore. Now they get into like, well, yeah, I hope the devs change the percentage on the stab to do 3.4 instead of 3.8 because it's just so fucking OP now. It's actually dumb. It's ruining the game. Everybody's like, yeah, he's right. Just shut the fuck up. Uninstall them.
Matt, you need to go in
Time
there.
for this.
You need to be the change you want to see in the world. All
I need to
right,
be toxic in the way that it used to be toxic.
the good old
Back-
days.
I'm bringing toxic back.
Oh no. Back in the days when people were using slurs left and right and
I'm
telling
not
me how
doing
much
that,
they fucked
Finn.
my. Oh, okay.
That can stay in the past.
Okay, you're not going that far
I
back.
just want to insult their personal skill and maybe their home life.
There you go.
And free up some space on their hard drive.
Exactly.
Really, you're looking out for them. Also,
Yeah.
how is Spencer not burning? Just saying, there's literally fire behind him. And how is Fisty living from that giant fist? Well, the answer is yes.
And why the fuck is Matt wearing a mask? He's not even moving his mouth. What is this?
I'm practicing my ventriloquism. As you can see, I'm quite adept. 2 weeks in isolation really changes a man.
Definitely will.
Okay, I'm 2D now.
Oh no. Oh god. Well, you have been playing a lot on your Vita, so you're probably deeper into the Weebiverse than I am at this point.
I don't think that's
Don't
possible.
ever insult me like that again.
Oh no.
Sorry. We're getting off track. I'm sorry. I'm just happy to
We have
be
an hour and a half.
No, yeah, we have an hour and a half. It's fine. I think this will be actually a good fit for this because we do like to like crack jokes because we're fucking a bunch of fucking idiots on
We're
a fucking
hilarious.
podcast. Yeah. Oh well.
I mean that too.
Yeah, we're great.
Okay. I was going to be positive with it, but
No, come on. There's no room for positivity here.
a little bit more handsome. Well, thank you. I'm glad you noticed. I've been working out.
Great. So Morhad, great, good stuff going on there. Love it.
Sick.
My I think like my two favorite ways to play is either to be like a crossbow boy with like the engineer traps, so you can basically like set up like little shoot shields, which is like a giant wooden shield that has like a little hole for you to shoot from.
nice. I love a good
Or
shoot shield.
spikes. Yeah. Or you can just have spikes so you can kind of like defend some area while you're shooting from a tower up above. And the other one is like I literally just decked out my guy in like the heaviest armor and like a bunch of perks, but he has no weapons. So I usually like punch a bunch of people to death, or I just like grab the first weapon I find and like use that.
Nice.
Scavenger runs.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just like, oh god, I am now a sword person. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just use this sword and I'm dead. All right, cool. What am I now? Oh, I'm a giant hammer person. Oh man. Okay, all right, I'll make that work. But dude, the hammer, like all the weapon sound effects and the all the just everything in that game is just like, wah. Because the crunch of the hammer when you like slam down on somebody is just sickening. Makes me want to puke a little bit, but it's good sound effects. Then if it makes me want to puke, I guess.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's definitely how you want to rate sound effects is pukeability.
Yeah.
The
It's
puke
kind of like
factor.
Dead Space, you know? Like all the everybody like you guys talk a lot about Dead Space, or you talked a lot about Dead Space, and you know how great the audio was.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure you probably wanted to puke like at least 3 times
Oh, minimum. Yeah.
minimum. Yeah.
One for each game.
Yep.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
really, we just wanted to puke in the last game because of the crafting system that they implemented.
Right,
It was really,
yeah.
truly just groundbreakingly shitty.
Yeah.
I've never seen this
Very-
amount of shit before.
Yeah, very
Oh my
puke
God.
inducing.
That's true.
But yeah, no, great game. Highly recommend it if you're into like any kind of just team warfare or whatnot. Very fun. Also been playing a little bit more of RimWorld, which I really don't have a lot to say about that because it's RimWorld. It's like, hey, well, now I've had a prison outbreak, so I had to shoot down 4 people, then capture them and try to, you know, join my colony, but they keep trying to escape, and then I keep having to shoot them, and now one of them doesn't have a lung anymore, and I might as well just destroy them.
I mean, that sounds
And
all
then-
very exciting. I almost wish I heard the whole story instead of just a synopsis, but you know, I got you.
Okay, well, anyway, so I'll just start from the very beginning. So there's
Day
a few
one.
people that drop in from a transport pod. Spent the whole day just scavenging and grabbing all my shit. Now I've been having I downloaded like a lot of mods for that. You can kind of like have one like you set up your own scenario. There's ones that like allow more customization with animals and stuff. There's a shit ton of mods for that game because it's a very it's a very in-depth but like basic at the same time, at least like graphic wise, you know. So it's
Right.
not like too hard to like add like, you know, effects and whatnot.
It's like mechanically
And-
deep, but otherwise simple.
Yeah, I think it's like just basically like a more fancier version of Dwarf Fortress.
I think that's what a lot of people say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although apparently,
Um,
speaking of Dwarf Fortress, aren't they going to be releasing an official, like, because when people play Dwarf Fortress, there's mods that provide the GUI elements for it, right? And apparently they're going to be releasing an official version of that soon, which is
Oh, cool.
apparently big news in the Dwarf Fortress community.
Yeah, I mean anything to help new people get into that will be
Right.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I tried it for a little bit. I'm like, I don't get any of this.
I haven't
Although-
even tried it. That's how I
Yeah.
don't want to get into it. I am.
Well,
I was
trying to-
muted.
You were
Oh,
muted?
no.
I was talking.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I was wondering why you were
You
quiet.
were awfully quiet for a little bit. yeah.
Everybody kept talking over me. I was like, is this what Spencer feels like?
I have opinions too. Damn it!
It's
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
was talking
muted in
about,
life.
Yeah, I was agreeing with Fizzcake. I was like, yeah, it's crazy. And I was like, it's really
fucking
hard
nuts.
for me to get into too. And yeah, it's coming out on Steam, Spencer. It's supposed to be crazy.
it's like-
they don't care.
Really be involving himself in the conversation.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that.
You know, it's just like when you're so deep into like being a hermit, you kind of forget that you have to turn on the buttons to talk to the people.
Yeah.
Nah, you're just so used to talking into the void.
Gahaha. Spencer jokes.
Oh yeah,
What does that fucking mean?
talk to the animals.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I count off. Like, hey, you know, I'm not actually talking to myself like a crazy person.
No, of
I'm
course.
talking to dogs who understand like human faces and emotions and understand certain cadences of words.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit better.
Yo, cats do the same thing, but they don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's so it's worse.
It's like a person. You're around a person that doesn't really want to be around you,
Mhm.
and you're just like, please love me. But Margot's not like that. She's super affectionate and nice. She's not a mean kitty.
That's good.
That's my cat. I love her.
I mean, that's probably the only positive going down there, right?
Yeah, see Margot.
Up in the space
Oh,
station.
and my dad.
Yeah.
Well, your dad's gone now, so I mean, like,
Yeah.
you can just take the cat and leave. Honestly. Oh, no.
It's crossed my mind.
Oh no, Dad, I'm fine. I'm watching the cat. It's okay. But RimWorld, good game if you're into like just losing some time, just like trying to raise a colony and try not to get murdered by giant tribes of like tribal people at the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
Then go check out RimWorld. It's a lot. You guys played RimWorld for a little bit, didn't you?
We did 2 playthroughs of it, each about 6 episodes long. It with like 2 years in between or something like that, like a good period of
shit.
time.
Yeah, we played it when it first came out, and then
And early access, yeah.
I think
Gotcha, good.
we played it about halfway through its early access.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For a second, I had thought we might have played it on release, but like the official release.
I feel
but
like we did.
But
Maybe
was that
I
the
did?
second playthrough? Yeah. You know what? I think you played it on release, but our 2 playthroughs were like official release,
Yeah.
version 1 or whatever. But
Gotcha.
If you want to watch those, just wait through all of the Smash that no one's watching.
right. Yeah. I think those are in a playlist, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Playlists are pretty handy. I always go for playlists before I just look for videos, because fucking the YouTube fucking algorithm. Oh, you like this one video from these guys? Well, you surely don't want to watch the next one in the series. Instead, you want to watch this deep analysis video about another completely different video game.
Right. Yeah.
I want to watch this epic rap battles of history. And it's like suggested video. And it's like why vaccines are evil. And you're like, okay,
All right.
this
Well,
was George Washington versus, freaking the Kool-Aid Man. This is what? YouTube.
YouTube.
Now YouTube.
YouTube.
It's there.
Hellscape.
It's a hellscape.
We're here. Yeah, we're hellscape and we're here. I did play another game I forgot to mention, but I'll just add that in there.
Huh?
Doesn't really affect. Yeah, I don't know why I said that out loud. Anyway, it's been
Don't read the stage directions, all right, Fizzcake? Just say the
Fizzcake
lines.
types out rad onto his games we've played, and then nonchalantly mentions that he's changed the games he's played. Oh
And
shit!
then
Fuck!
and then makes a meta comment about how why did he do this?
Yeah, fuck no. So for the channel, I've been playing a lot of Robot Alchemic Drive, which the gameplay itself is a
I'm
lot
mad
better.
just hearing that name.
Well, I think in Japan it was like a better name. I think it was like just Gigantic Drive or something, which you're literally just you control a giant robot. But the gameplay is fantastic. It's literally like you just control a giant robot. Like they basically took the concept of like very old mecha animes and shows and whatnot, where like it was just some fucking kid for some reason has control of a giant fucking robot, and he uses like a little RC car controller for it, and that somehow makes the giant mechanisms of a giant robot work. It's
Okay.
like that, but except for you're in high school and you're like, father, your dad's dead because he was working so hard to set up the the something. Then like the something preservation foundation. It's like 3 Asians words.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, what the fuck? So like he works himself to death for that. And suddenly, because like, oh, we can't go to space because there's a space nectar out here, and we can't explore. Yeah, it's an alternate timeline where people can't go out into space because it kills
Because of
everything.
nectar.
Because of the space nectar. But then suddenly they get information that there's aliens out there that might attack us soon. So your dad's like, fuck, we gotta fight these things. But nobody
He's an
believed him
RC
for some
controller.
reason. Here's this giant robot and a little dinky controller. Also, have hover boots because you're going to have to get on top of these buildings to see the robot. But so long story short, you're fighting a giant robot, other giant robots from space, and it does like the episodic thing, like,
Oh, that's cool.
this week you're fighting Drill Boy from Drill Landia or whatever. But so like the gameplay is great. What you have to do to like actually fight is like you control your human character, and like you're supposed to like try to get to like a good advantage point to see where you can see your robot, and then once you press the select button, you're controlling the robot, and you have to like move. Like the R1 and L1 moves the legs forward, and R2 L2 moves them back.
Oh,
then
that's
to like
crazy.
spin. Yeah, to turn them, you have to like hold both in the same direction. So it's just.
It's like
it's
it
like
really puts you in there.
Yeah, it's like you are actually controlling like a giant, clunky fucking robot. It's like, oh, cool, but he's got the shooter hand where his hand like flies off and punches other robots. So it all works out in the end. What was I saying? Yeah, so gameplay great. Finally got to the part where we can like finally upgrade the robot and stuff. However, the voice acting for that game is fucking terrible. like I think it was still in the air. Like it was before Square Enix was a thing, because it was just made by
Square.
Enix. No,
Oh,
Enix.
just Enix. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Usually it's like SquareSoft, but this is an Enix game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just Enix, but or might have been
crazy.
Square. I don't know. Either one of them. It was one of them, not both. But
Right.
the main, like, everybody, like, you have a German scientist that sounds like every other German scientist that's ever been made in the world. You have your main character, which I don't know if like I picked the wrong one because he sounds stupid. Like his bio is like, because you have two choices. You have like the blue-haired, like red jacket guy. He's like, oh yeah, this is blah blah blah. He's pretty average, pretty laid back, or he's pretty he fights for his friends or whatever. And then there's this guy, this like 17-year-old in a business suit. He's like, oh, he's pretty cool and laid back. He likes to just chill and hang out, and likes his friends or whatever. And the third one is a girl. And, whatever, girl.
Token
Anyways.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah, token girl. So I picked like the cool laid back guy. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe he'll be just kind of chill and whatnot. But he sounds like Tristan from the Yu-Gi-Oh series. And he delivers it like all his lines like he's read it the first time ever.
Oh, that's
There's
great.
Like, now, what are you doing here? Oh man.
Dookie.
My grandpa has to wait, no. What was
that's
one line
Yuki.
letter? Yeah. Grandpa, no. I don't know. It just like every time he talks, I have like my brain cells die just like a tiny bit each time. It's just like, oh god, I just had to skip through this.
That makes me want to watch the abridged series now for
Right.
for Yu-Gi-Oh. That shit's so funny. Yeah, apparently Enix originally did the Dragon Quest series before they became Square Enix. So that's like their big contribution.
There we go.
But yeah, they were Enix up until from like 85 to 2002. Or three.
Yeah, this game was made in 2000. It was like literally the year before.
Yeah.
And I think Robot Alchemic Drive was released in America for 2001 at least.
Yeah, it's like almost last year that they were even a separate company. That's crazy.
But so like it's I remember playing as a kid. That's why I started playing again for the channel. I'm like, oh yeah, this game's fucking weird. Let's go. But I didn't realize I forgot how fucking weird it got.
Yeah.
And I finally got like I was saying I got to the part where I finally upgrade the robot, which is like 10 fucking missions in.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason you can upgrade your robot is because now you have been introduced to the concept of money. Or that's like what the financial advisor seems to act like, because you're talking to your German scientist is like, oh, we can finally, start upgrading the robot now that we've kind of got a few missions under our belt. And then this woman comes out of nowhere. She's like, how are you going to do that? You don't have any money. And your main character's like, money? We're trying to save the world here. What do you mean money? She's like, money, cash, moolah. I'm like, yeah, I know what fucking money is. I'm not stupid. What the hell? What are you talking about?
Hey, how's it going, Tech? Sorry I'm late. That's
Hey,
all right,
Tech.
dude. I'm just talking about
no worries.
Robot Alchemic Drive, this old 2001 game.
This old PlayStation 2 game. I lost my complete train of thought.
Serenity.
Oh. Oh yeah, so the financial advisor is like,
There you
oh yeah, so the concept of money is basically you use to buy stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And you get bonuses for not getting the city destroyed and certain buildings destroyed. And what happened in the mission after this was introduced, because she said something like, okay, make sure these buildings don't get destroyed, otherwise you won't get an extra 10 billion yen or whatever. I'm like, okay, I won't.
$5 US.
Yeah. All right. No, it's 1 billion. God. And the only problem with the mission is with Vavel, which is the robot. You can pick 3 different robots too. Vavel is like the normal straight up robot. He doesn't transform into a vehicle, so he has to literally walk somewhere.
Wow.
And for some reason, they set you up you're on one side of the entire fucking map, and the enemy comes in from the other side of the map. And the enemy makes a beeline for a hospital that's 10 feet away from him. So by the time I get my giant ass fucking robot, and he's occasionally destroying bridges and buildings and whatnot because he's just trying to fucking walk. And as soon as I get there, the enemy lays the final blow on the hospital. I'm like, oh no, well I guess I won't get that money. But then the financial advisor chimes in. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Ah! And she's like, what happened? Are you okay? And they don't respond. And then you find out at the end of the mission, the you ask your German scientist guy. He's like, you're like, hey, what happened to the financial advisor? And he's like, oh, that's not important. She's in the infirmary. Anyways, we can upgrade the robot now. Let's go. I'm like, what? No, what happened? Did she have a heart attack because I didn't make all the money? Is she that greedy? I don't understand. Oh god,
That's funny.
that game's a fucking trip. It's just out of control. Tag, gonna be distracted due to family and support an old friend of mine on Twitch channel. Oh, no worries, Tag. Thanks for swinging by at all, and we'll be happy to chat with you whenever you got a chance.
No problem.
Anything else new?
I mean, that game
Sekiro?
sounds. I was just gonna say that game sounds like a game I would have really, really enjoyed as a kid, and I had never heard about it until you mentioned it, like the other week. But I've always been a fan of robot games, and it seems like it has just the right level of ridiculous
Japanese
controls.
cheese.
Well, yeah, because it ticks all the boxes, right? You got giant robot, you got kid in high school who's saving the world, right? You have questionable technology that probably would never work, and
Wacky characters.
wacky characters. Dad dies, right? And that's
It's
like
almost a Pokemon game.
Yeah, that's like an anime trope right there. Dad's got to die.
Oh yeah.
So I mean.
Oh, well, then
yeah.
also another anime trope. Your childhood friend is like one of your main love interests. And,
Of course.
And because like her grandma got destroyed by a giant enemy robot, and she finds out that you control the good robot, she's like, "I can't believe you're controlling such a monster. All robots are bad. Robots killed my grandma." That's literally.
Wow,
Word
you're really
for
making a
word
statement
what
right
she
there.
said. It's just like you're in high. I know you're in high school. I know you're still a kid.
Wait.
But you can still like parse things a little bit differently. Can't you can figure out it's not the exact same fucking thing. This robot's saving the city.
Friend of mine, please understand, robots don't kill people. Alien invaders kill people.
Yeah.
And Space Nectar.
And Space Nectar.
Guy who's original person. Tag says the game support. What game you're talking about? It's Robot Alchemic Drive. It's an old PS2 game. It's weird to say that old PS2 game.
Right. Yeah.
And I wouldn't. You probably had to get on emulated because I think to get like an actual copy is like $300 for some reason.
Jesus.
Yeah. But
So-
you were playing it because you owned it.
Because
you know?
I had my copy from childhood that I totally never sold ever, and my PlayStation 2 from childhood.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And
Put three of those
There's
together.
a bub board here, Mr. Bezos.
Yeah, no worries here. It's fine. Everything's hunky dory.
Top right, by the way.
Top right. Twitch Prime.
And the random slowdowns in the game is not because it's emulated. It's just I have a very old PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's-
The disc is scratched just a little bit. That happens. I had that happen with a game of mine before. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I bet you're using one of those minis, the PlayStation 2 minis, right? The
I actually.
those things.
Huh?
I was gonna say they're not as good as the fats, but
Yeah, no, I was about to say I'm actually having the fat one, but it has like the mini in it. It's kind of like I modded it a little bit just to kind of
Right.
make it look cool. It's like
yeah. Yeah.
put a PlayStation 2 in your PlayStation 2. Hey, here you go. Boom.
that's what I'm talking about. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Sekiro?
PlayStation 2's Sekiro. Yeah, it's trying to Sekiro. So nothing new in Sekiro. Watched. Let's see. On my end, nothing really new, but I was watching a little bit of the Games Done Quick gameplay this morning, and it's just these two ladies that are playing it. Well, not together, but you know what I mean. One of them's playing it, and they're just talking over like, "Oh yeah, so this is that, blah blah blah." They killed the guy on the horse by literally climbing up on top of the roof, going to the corner where there's like a giant cliff, and then he just because of the AI or whatever, he just falls into the cliff and dies.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they do that, and then I watched him fight Genichiro, which is literally like somehow tricking him into like getting into the doorway, where he's like behind the door,
Okay.
and you don't attack at him. What you do is you attack in front of yourself. Like Genichiro is to your left hand side, stuck in the door. You're right in front of him, but you're facing the wall, and you just swipe 3 times, and you deal damage on him. Pause, swipe 3 times, and you do that until you death blow him twice.
Wow.
And I didn't see the lightning part though, so I don't know what they do for that, but I imagine some crazy bullshit for that as well.
That's insane because we had watched a speed run of that game that I thought was already pretty crazy.
Yeah, we watched like the 39-minute one. They've had it down to like 24 minutes now.
Jesus. And yeah,
Oh, wow.
and the strategies were totally different then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
it's
were
nuts.
doing all beads and memories,
Okay.
but still doing like the Shura ending or whatever. So they were estimating for like 2.5 hours. But
Right. That's cool.
yeah, so I mean, it's just crazy. Like you see the people that you struggle with, and like, oh yeah, what you do, you just you cheat the game. Boom. You just make the game work for you.
Yeah. Be right back. Cake time. Sounds
BRB
good.
cake time. See you later, Tech, or see you soon, Tech. Then I've been playing the Final Fantasy VII for the Switch.
Corin said, "Oh, by the way, Happy Mother's Day, Poseidon 240. Thanks for feeding me food."
Oh,
You're welcome.
oh
Dude.
yeah.
Happy Mother's Days.
Happy Mama's Days. Oh, jeez. And old RPG games should always be played on the Switch and or the Vita. That's pretty much should be the next thing. It's the version where like you can like do 3 times speed
Oh, nice.
and like have all your health and stuff maxed out. So, well, not maxed out, but like full, so you're not like fucking dealing with shit.
Oh, like
yeah,
like
so you
in
can
between
just
battles.
enjoy the journey.
I can just enjoy the journey because I played the journey like 4 or 5 fucking times now, and I just kind of want to get to like the cool parts. I'm like, okay, yep, fighting Don Cornero. Oh, guy, gotta dress up for old Don here. Make sure I look like a good girl, so he doesn't accidentally try to take Eris or Tifa.
Yeah.
The good
I
parts.
really
of the
like
game.
that Tifa character. I think she's gonna make waves in the remake.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Eris is it's gonna probably be the best character. She's probably gonna.
What did I say?
Tifa.
You said Tifa. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
fuck.
the
I
boo
meant,
punch
I
lady.
meant Eris.
Ah,
Oh,
Matt
shit.
meant to make the joke you were about to make, but messed it up and
Yep.
said, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, and I make waves because she dies in a pool.
yeah, okay. I
It
thought-
was multi-layered. I just fucked up the name.
Mm-hmm.
Darn
well,
it.
that's what you get for being a poser in my weeb corner over here. So,
Right, you cannot weave the weep.
Thanks for the host, Corin.
oh, thanks, Cord.
Yeah.
But yeah, highly recommend it. Get it for the Switch, $15 if you ever want to play it again.
Yeah.
Did this
and,
ever come out with Final Fantasy VIII, or did they ever say they're going to make Final Fantasy VIII for the Switch?
I think they are.
They said that they might be, but it has not come out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
They have
I
9 and 7. I think obviously 8 is.
well, that's what people were hoping, but I remember that people were like, "Well, there's not really a whole lot of information about it." Like they said they might, but it just
Yeah.
hasn't happened.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully that comes out with like the same stuff that Final Fantasy VII has.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for me. What have you two been up to?
Well, I was looking up to see if I could figure out about the Final Fantasy VIII thing, but the article's too long and there wasn't a time date on it, so I don't know how old it is. Anyways, games that at least I played. It's actually just the same as last time, practically. Well, I don't know. So I played some Enter the Gungeon Monday, and I think it was just Monday actually, and that's always fun. Matt, did we co-op on Monday? I think we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we co-oped on Monday, and we've been
Oh, we
co-oping.
co-op for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
And I dipped.
Yeah, you co-op for like the first run and then dipped. And we co-oped last week as well. I forget that we have 2 weeks of stuff to talk about now. But Enter the Gungeon's fun. I really enjoy that game. I feel like it's more enjoyable for me specifically to be streaming it instead of just playing it like casually.
Casually, yeah.
Yeah. But there's not much additional I can say about the game besides the fact that I'm more consistently getting to level 4, and now I'm just trying to get. I have yet to beat the level 4 boss though, to get to level 5. But I'll get there eventually. Matt and I played this wonderful, just completely without issues game, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing.
Oh yeah.
We streamed that Tuesday and Wednesday, this
Yeah.
week, and then it's actually kind of a funny story. So let's start from the beginning. So, Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. It's kind of like a action RPG loot game in the vein
It's
of
definitely
Diablo.
a Diablo clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has some cool stuff though, like obviously over the internet co-op for the campaign, which I know that Diablo 3 has that, but the way they go about it is pretty good. Like anytime you talk to an NPC, both players talk to the NPC at the same time, and you're synced in the conversation. It's just whoever talks to him
Wow.
first gets to make the conversation choices. And
Which I think is a really good way to do that.
yeah,
Hmm.
and not a lot of these types of games tend to do that as well. And then the gameplay is pretty. I mean, it's Matt. You were saying it felt kind of just like casual.
It lacks impulse or impact when you
Yeah,
do stuff.
It does lack in impact, and it's not like a hard to control game. There's not like a shit ton of like crazy options or anything like that. Also, I mean, I'm playing on controller, so maybe it's more complicated with the mouse and keyboard. But I was playing. What was my class? It was like a phlogiston deer or something. It's basically
Yeah,
a steampunk
somebody-
mech guy.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I can shoot. You know, it's Van Helsing, and we're fighting monsters from that type of like. It's almost like more based on the movie franchise, but mixed in with folk tales from the Turkish kind of like Eastern European Romania-ish area.
I forgot there was a movie franchise. Who was the
Hugh Jackman.
Who played
Hugh Jackman.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there was one movie. I wouldn't
Yeah.
call it a
Yeah.
franchise.
Sorry. There was just one movie. I
Okay.
messed up by saying franchise.
I thought, there was like one other one, but maybe
There
I'm
might
wrong.
have been. I
There's
don't remember
not.
there being one.
Maybe it was like a directed VHS release. You know.
Yeah.
It was direct to your mind. It was just for you, this cake.
I'm making it up all in my head. I'm fucking crazy.
But yeah, there's
Fucking
little
love
classes. It has kind of like a steampunk aesthetic. Matt was playing a hunter, so basically like the standard like Van Helsing type
basic
character.
bitch thing, yeah.
And then I was
Yeah.
playing a mech, which, as it turns out, apparently is the worst character in the game. I
Oh, no.
looked it up, and everyone has that particular class at the bottom of their list. So that's great. But we played that for a bit. For those 2 days, I went through this whole thing where I was gonna like respec my character and try to make it work, and then we just decided, well, Grim Dawn's on sale. Let's get this totally different game that is essentially the same type of game, and play that casually off stream. And so we did that. Anything specific you want to say about Grim Dawn, Matt? I feel like I'm saying everything.
Well, Van Helsing, I feel like
Yeah,
has a more, I don't know, it has more character so far than Grim Dawn.
Right.
I think Katarina really makes that game.
Yeah, you have a little companion. All the players have a companion named Katarina, and she's a ghost woman who
Yeah.
assists you. She can pick up items for you, attack things. You can set her behavior to attack from afar or get up close and personal, and you level her up just like a character. It's actually pretty in depth, and she is hilarious and has a great voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's like what you're meaning by character. The Van Helsing game doesn't take itself seriously at all, and kind
Yeah.
of even
Gotcha.
half pokes fun at itself. But it's not nearly as deep when it comes to mechanics, or as satisfying when it comes to fighting, because like nothing has any impact.
Yeah.
And you also can't move the camera.
At least you can on the
Oh.
controller. I don't know if you can on
Yeah, we didn't try
keyboard and
it
mouse.
on the keyboard and mouse, but on the controller we would find ourselves having to go down and to the right or to the left, and then things would be coming to attack us, and we wouldn't see it because it's like an isometric view, and so we'd just be like, I guess we're attacking something. Don't know what that is.
Did you guys Did you fucking plebs try out the right analog stick?
Oh,
Are you fucking serious right now?
look at this
Okay.
guy. Oh,
Okay.
Did you guys forget about a whole fucking stick, bros?
Ooh, no, we
No,
didn't.
what is
forget
the
about
right
a
stick,
whole
though?
The right stick controls your modifiers for your spells.
Yeah.
So every
Oh,
spell has like a
gotcha.
modifier you can add to it by
Yeah.
using your rage points.
Yeah, you get rage
Ah.
points. And then
So-
literally you just do a little circle on your stick to
Yeah, you try to
which is dumb. The more I think about that system, the more I'm like, why do you need to do that action? Why doesn't it just give the rage points automatically? Because why wouldn't I want to use it as soon as I get it? Because it goes away after a while. I don't understand.
It's tactical stuff. You know, you gotta min
Right.
max your rage powers and
You know what's great about that is I don't feel the difference at all.
No, I don't. I don't tactical it. What I do is I just roll the stick till it selects all of them.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And
And then I'm
do
like,
it like
all right,
that.
I hope this makes a difference.
oh god.
But we were just kind of like rolling through everything. I died maybe twice, but you can just resurrect
died
yourself by
0.
paying money. But that's because I was playing kind of a tanky character, and I think I also built him a little off.
Well, he was behind me the whole time. You can watch the VOD.
Oh man.
Your character was faster than me, so when you went and fought stuff, you were already up there, and then like I got to come up.
That's
and,
cool and all.
But Grim Dawn, that game definitely feels better to play, but it has like a lower quality art style. I mean, the art style looks good,
Well, I wouldn't say it's
but
low
it has
quality.
it's specific. Yeah, I guess lower quality was a bad choice, but it's more reminiscent of like older Diablo with the way that they went about.
Yeah, it looks way more like Diablo 2.
Yeah,
Ah.
but like up-resed Diablo 2, of course.
Well, no, I mean it looks good. It's a good looking game.
Yeah,
I don't know
it-
what Spencer is talking
What
about.
is
I'm just trying to
guys,
give
does
a
it look bad
picture.
or good?
It looks
I-
good.
I'm trying to give a picture of the fact that it doesn't like it still looks good, but it's a different type of art style that is more
Oh.
reminiscent of Diablo 2, whereas Van Helsing has it's just it looks
a little bit more
newer.
cartoony.
Yeah,
It's modern
and
art
cartoony.
good. I see.
Well, no, I didn't.
Okay, that's
Van
good.
Helsing does not look newer.
I'm
It
just
looks
kidding.
worse.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
No, I was talking to Spencer.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was saying the art style looks like a what would be
Oh.
in more of a newer game. But I wasn't saying
You're
that
out of
it
your
looked better
mind.
or worse.
Oh,
We're just
shit.
we're arguing about the ways that we're saying it, and I think we both mean the same thing. Both art styles look good. Grim Dawn looks a little bit better because I think they executed it better.
Yeah,
that's
that's
you guys
okay.
should fight about it for another 45 minutes or so.
Oh, we got time.
Hey, wait, you want to talk about a mech game for another 30 minutes?
Yeah.
But
I had to scratch the surface with that fucking game.
Oh, shit.
It's so.
Don't
I'm
test
sorry.
me.
I was about to do it unintentionally. Oh god, no.
no,
Stop
but yeah, we played about the same like amount of time, I think. In maybe a little bit less in Grim Dawn as with Van Helsing, and I'm really enjoying that game. And there's a funny story with this one. We played probably an hour and a half or so. No, it might have been less than an hour and a half. I don't really remember
Yeah,
how
I
long.
think it
we
was
played.
about an hour and a half. But
Okay, and we got the base game. The game also has DLC, but it would have cost more. So like we don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
I played as a shaman class because this game is definitely more Diablo-esque. It's very medieval, and then Matt played as. Did you play as like a Night Stalker?
a night blade.
Night Blade, right?
Ooh.
So we're playing as those characters, and we're going through, and then I don't know. I think Matt, you just like happened to look up a little bit more about what the DLC
Yeah, we were looking
had.
at the devotions, and then I was
Yeah.
looking at and it took me to the class list, and then
Mhm.
from the website, and then that's where everything kind of revealed
And-
itself.
Yeah, and as it turns out, even though on the website it says this, when we were looking at the DLC before, it didn't really specifically say what you got in the DLC. It just, like people were saying that like some things got updated and changed, and it's a DLC, so obviously there's probably more story content. But on the website, when looking up how to use a particular aspect of the game, devotions, it revealed that the two classes that the game gives you when you get the DLC are literally the classes that Matt and I historically play in every version of these types of games. Like there's a necromancer, and then there's a guy who shoots guns.
Oh, nice.
And it's literally like the exact classes that are
that
just
we
like
wanted to play.
that we wanted to play. And so
Oh,
I picked the
no.
shaman
Okay.
because it was like a little bit like, I mean, there was something a little bit closer to the necromancer called the occultist, but I wasn't really into playing that particular like the way it wanted you to play.
Yeah.
But literally straight up just necromancer. And I'm like, yo, I love playing necromancers. I play that shit in fucking Divinity. I play that shit in Diablo. Like necromancer's my thing. And then guy who can dual wield pistols is like and uses rifles and shit has Matt written all over it. And it was in the DLC the whole fucking time. So we actually bought the DLC, restarted the game from the beginning. We're like,
Oh shit. Jesus.
we're just gonna rush through the first bit
Yeah.
and play as these fucking characters. And honestly, I'm having I had a lot of fun with the shaman anyways, but it's just the way that I don't know how you feel about your class, Matt, but the way that they handle the necromancer class in this, I actually enjoy more than a lot of other versions of necromancers. It just the choices they made for what skills you get and abilities just makes sense to me, and it builds nicely into exactly what I want to go for. I don't know. How do you feel about your gun class, Matt? What is it even called?
Gunslinger?
Is it
The
called Gunslinger?
Gunkata.
It might be called Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Rudy
Anyways,
Tooty, Wild Shooty.
yeah. Just like I order that from IHOP every time.
Pancake.
Yeah, I mean you can dual wield pistols. You can't get much more math than that.
Yeah.
Unless I had a dog or some kind of companion.
Exactly.
And even dual class too, so you're doing some crazy like other shit too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like arcanist, so you're using like you're shooting fireballs and shooting people, and it has a flamethrower you can use. It's crazy. Game's fun. I would highly recommend Grim Dawn. I would kind of recommend Van Helsing if you don't care about like really engaging combat, but it definitely doesn't take itself
delivers
seriously. Yeah, and it's more enjoyable on a storyline.
Also,
and
they
character
do the
standpoint.
multiplayer better.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So
You're included in the stuff. In Grim Dawn, you're not included at all. So if you
No.
talk to a
Oh no.
NPC that's important or whatever, there's
Mm-hmm.
just like that NPC is busy talking to another player right now.
yeah,
Go fuck
so
yourself.
yeah,
Oh, that's
and,
nice.
and it's like the worst version too. So imagine you're playing online with a friend, and then one person goes to talk to the NPC that gives you a quest, and then they have a full conversation with them. You don't hear any of the conversation. There's like voice acting for paragraphs. You go through multiple options. You can't see any of it, and then they just accept the quest, and then it accepts the quest for both of you.
Yeah, so you don't get
So-
any context to.
You don't get any of the stuff, and so I'm literally talking to everything and then reading what they say to Matt the whole fucking
Okay.
time. It's the worst system.
Sounds terrible.
So, yeah, that's the only real bad thing, and it has a problem with syncing up information between players. Like sometimes it'll do the
Some
the
quests
quest
you can-
automatically.
Yeah,
Right.
and then sometimes it's like, no, you have to find your own shit and give it to this person.
Yeah,
And like every other quest before this one, I didn't have to do that.
yeah,
Now all of a sudden, I'm being forced to do that. It's bullshit.
yeah. But yeah, that's Grim Dawn and Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. The final cut version of Van Helsing came out a bit ago, and it's like a
It
mismatch
has
of
the
all.
whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing of because apparently it was a series.
Quick question about Enter the Gungeon. Can you do co-op locally, or is it just over online?
It's
No,
actually
you
just
can do-
local.
It's just local.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
we
we're
play over
using
Parsec.
Ah, good old Parsec. Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I just
Yeah,
want to make
yeah.
sure. I think me and Evie are gonna add that to the YouTube list.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a good time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna be good. It's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
kill each other, but it's fine. It's whatever. Sorry. Go ahead. I just had to ask
No.
before I forgot for the 30th time.
good. Besides that, games that I played, Melee. Yesterday, didn't get to do it today. We had connection issues, and so we just said fuck it. And I think actually, literally, it's been just those 3 games. Matt, you were playing some other games. The
Yeah,
other
I've
weeks.
been playing Persona 4, Golden,
Hmm.
Yukiko for life.
Oh, Yukiko. Okay. All right.
I have a type. You know what I mean? And it's like the smart, quiet, hot chick. Yeah, that's just my type. Anyways,
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
so been playing that. I've finally gotten to a point where it's all a lot of the stuff was new. Even going into it, they changed a lot because I played the intro to that game like 3 times on my original PlayStation 2 disc and my original PlayStation.
Oh, so the original Persona 4 edition.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Without any of the added stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So even playing through the golden stuff, they changed to quite a bit, and kind of streamlined it. It seemed like, but I'm finally now getting to Rise.
Oh,
I
Reese.
don't know. Her name is
I
spelled
think
like
so.
Rise.
Yeah. She's the idol or whatever.
Mm.
Oh.
So doing her labyrinth or whatever. So that's been fun. I also put in probably like 12 to 15 hours in Fight Night round 4 or round 3 for the PSP.
The boxing game?
The boxing game, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I made myself Avi,
Yeah.
and my nickname is the Undertaker.
All right.
You gotta represent. And in my professional pro career, okay, I went on a 15 win streak, all knockouts. Okay,
Not TKOs, like actual knockouts.
knockouts.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, because I was just moving up the ranks, I'm like, when is this game going to get hard? Well, blah, blah, blah. So I was just taking the most money and the biggest fights.
Yeah.
All right. So I picked one that's like 500K. I'm like,
I guess this will do in a pinch.
that's how much I spend on trainers. All right. I go into this fight. I get fucking demolished. And I'll tell you, he figured me out. I don't block. Okay.
That's a key strategy. Yeah.
All right. What I do is I dodge. Woo, I'm quick.
I see.
I'm a dodger. But dodging leaves your mid-drift open. You kind of poke it out to them. This motherfucker just destroyed me by punching me in the gut.
Nothing but body blows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just demolished me like I was out of the amateur scene. All right. This is a 500K fight.
Damn.
Right? I got paid 100K for losing. I got knocked out too. And in the commentary, I got knocked out for the first time ever. They're like, this is the first time the Undertaker's ever been knocked out. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Trying to rub it in.
All right. That's true. That's a cool stat. And that's cool that added to the game.
Yeah.
But shut up. I'm losing.
Knock it off.
So then I get mollywopped. All right. And you have a rival. Okay. And the rival is the guy that you fight at the end of your amateur bout or whatever, who I demolished, by the way, in the amateur round. So I take this fight. It's for it's for a charity event. All right. It's like 45K. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's literally how much I spend on one cut man. All right. He heals me. I'm serious. Their shit is expensive.
Yeah. No,
Jesus.
All right. Coming off of a loss, my rival, he's like, hey, fuck you. I'm going to get you when you're low. All right. So he's like, he puts all this fight together. We go into the fight. I knock his punk ass out in the first round.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was done. Destroyed him. He has a clause in his contract that says if he loses, he gets an automatic rematch 1 week later.
Oh shit.
All right.
Oh.
So we go back.
The storylines.
Right? This time it's not a charity event, but it's still for a
Oh.
little bit amount of money. It's for $100K.
Oh.
All
Okay.
right. That's not that much in this day and age.
Yeah.
That's like two
I'm
cups.
thinking to myself,
Yes.
how much to put food on my diamond-studded table for
Oh.
my wife and kids? What about the little undertakers I got to take care of at home? All
Right.
right. Anyways, I have to do this fight because it's in his contract. I didn't read the fine print. Should have. Next time I'm hiring a lawyer.
Lesson learned.
All right. So we get into this fight. All right. And this time I went all out. All right.
Yeah.
You can pay for your entrance and you can pay for your entourage, which just happens to be a girl in a bikini. Those are the only options you can choose from. I swear to God, Undertaker's not a sexist. All right. So I'm all decked out because I'm thinking, I wiped them. Whatever. It'll be tougher this time.
Right.
I knocked this motherfucker out in the first 50 seconds.
Damn.
Okay? Quicker, I have the #1 fastest KO in boxing history. All right?
Shit.
In the world. The Undertaker doesn't fuck around.
No, he doesn't.
All right? When he gets knocked down, he comes back stronger, faster.
Mhm.
All right?
Well, that's
Better.
because he's part Saiyan. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I threw you off with a Dragon Ball reference. I'm sorry.
All right. So now, demolished him, made a little change, whatever. I'm going back into the pro scene. All right. I'm taking my fights smarter now. All right. I'm spending a little more time on training. When I get a bad roll, I restart the game and get a good one. Because fuck that.
Yeah. Didn't you get a bunch of bad rolls and you didn't
I
realize
got a
that you could
bunch
do
of
that?
bad rolls before I had that fight that demolished me. So I come in there, I was injured, I was weak, but that's no excuse. All right. Sometimes you have off days. You got to be prepared for that. All right.
Got to run your sets.
You got to run your sets. I ran my sets. Just so happened I couldn't finish my sets. All right.
Yeah.
My opponent finished it for me, but now I'm taking fights that are more my level. I'm raising up the bar. How you're supposed to. I'm not jumping in line like I was. That was
Right.
disrespectful to the other competitors.
Yeah.
All right. So now, we in there, right? Slowly but surely, I'm number 13. I'm number 12. I'm
shit.
number 10.
Oh, shit.
All right. Right now, I haven't played since I've been number 10. But
Oh,
we
okay.
get in there.
Nice.
All right.
I can't wait for the update.
Still not blocking. Fuck that.
Oh.
That's for cowards.
Refuse to block.
What about your body?
Undertaker's not a blocker.
Yeah.
All right. He goes in there. He runs his sets. He knocks motherfuckers out. All right. Or gets destroyed by one dude.
Who actually
And I know
punches
what
in
you're
the body?
thinking. Undertaker, have you rematched the dude that destroyed you? No, I have not. I'm scared. He figured me out.
Mr. Undertaker, what are you going to do about the strategy of hitting you in the midsection against guy who destroyed you next time around?
I'm going to not get hit. I'm going to knock him out before he knocks me out. That's my plan, going in there.
Well, last time you tried to fight the midriff mauler, it didn't seem to work out for you. What is your strategies for the next fight?
Knock him out before he knocks.
Well,
Simple
okay.
strategy, Jim. We got a simple strategy. If we can outlast the midriff mauler, I know he doesn't have the championship rounds in him. All right.
Okay.
Championship rounds are fought in the 10 to 12 mark. All right. That's where I live. All right. I live there.
But with your
It takes a
history
long
of
time to knock out people.
doesn't seem accurate at all.
What does that mean?
Well, if you usually don't last to the 10th or 12th round because you usually knock him out in the first 2 rounds or so. It seems
That was
like.
my rival. Other fights are longer. He's a piece of shit.
Gotcha.
He wasn't ready for me.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Actual
Okay.
video game question, because I did play a little bit of Fight Night. Is this the one? Is this before they introduced sticks to throw punches? Is it just buttons?
No, this one's just buttons because it's on the PSP.
Whew, okay, cool. And is it the one where, like, if you do consecutive damage to a part of the body, they eventually have to, like, tap out or whatever because it's like a foul or something?
Yes, I have KO'd people because the ref had to stop it because their face looked like a watermelon.
Okay, I think I played Fight Night Round 3 on like the Xbox or something. That was my thing. It's just like left jab. All right, next
I'm gonna
round.
tell you right now,
Left jab.
The Undertaker, he's got some combinations,
Does he?
but
Mhm.
his go-to is left hook, and then you set him up for that fucking monster right hook every time.
Oh, the
Nice.
monster right hook.
Oh, that's
Well, the haymaker.
that's like the opposite as far as left versus right thing that Conor McGregor goes
I'm not
for.
gonna
Isn't
lie,
it?
he's an inspiration.
Yeah, because he does the one to set up the big one or whatever.
His left, you know.
Yeah.
I happen to be born with a righty, so I got to do it opposite. That's not disrespectful to Connor. I respect him a great deal. Great competitor. One day I hope to fight him.
God damn it.
Anyways,
Oh, God.
so that's been fight night. I've been having a good time with it.
The Tales of
storyline.
the Undertaker.
Yeah. Yeah, the storyline
Okay.
capability with that is pretty nice. I was telling Matt because he texted like half of that to me like a week ago, and he was just
Oh,
like
yeah.
sending me paragraphs of like just the story, and I don't know why, but it's kind of funny because just by playing the game, that type of storyline that it just matches so well with how people talk about actual fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I just find it really entertaining.
That was very funny. It was a good segment.
Good segment. Do we want to move on to maybe some stories for the next 20 minutes?
I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and start off with fucking
Well, okay.
with fucking Randy Pitchford. So,
yeah, Rand. Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead and take that away, Fiskake. You brought this up.
Okay. Classic magician Randy Pitchford. He's in hot water again because he is still a piece of shit. But
Yeah.
this is about his past actions as a piece of shit that are being brought up to light.
Not to be confused with his current actions of being a piece of shit.
Yeah, not to be confused with present pieces of shit actions. These are past piece of shit actions.
And for some context, Randy Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox, the creators of Borderlands.
And
Literally the
basically-
only good thing they've ever done.
yeah,
He did opposing forces for Half-Life 1. That's it.
Did they do Bulletstorm?
They did.
That was pretty. It was a fun little adventure. That was a fun
Yeah,
little romp.
that was fun.
But
Probably wasn't his idea.
probably not. Guys, listen. We're gonna have a magic game. It's gonna be shorthand, quick hand tricks,
Look,
But
I brought in all these examples. Yes, some of it is porn, but it's all legal.
it's legal.
Barely.
Okay. Still
But
counts.
legal. Anyways, look at the magic.
So Randy Pitchford, people were asking like, why didn't the original voice of Claptrap, sign on to be part of Borderlands 3? And basically he replied originally with like he insisted on getting paid for his previous work, and it wanted an apology from Randy for previous unprofessional actions. And then Randy's like, no, fuck that shit. No, he was, he's getting paid. He's getting his stuff taken care of. Now, and then, Eddings, which is the guy who voiced Claptrap, David Eddings, basically went on to go on about an altercation that happened. That kind of the kind of final straw for him splitting from Gearbox and whatnot.
Oh yeah, he says he accused Pitchford of assaulting him in 2017.
Yeah, because he was what was he? He was like pretty high up there. Eddings was. He was like the VP of business, I think.
Yeah, I think he handled money
Yeah,
or something.
something like that. So basically, at some conference that they're all at, Eddings gets a text from somebody, from a source that he does not name, saying, "Hey, listen, 2K." Oh God, I had all this before. While he waited in the sound booth to perform, okay, here we go. One of the incidents Eddings describes in the interview sounds like an attempt at a playful horseplay. Nope, that's not the one. God damn it. What the hell?
The alleged assault was more serious. Eddings, it's a paragraph down.
Okay, yeah. Well, it tells us someone named Greg Richardson was inquiring about a price on Gearbox. That's right. Okay. Pitchford and Richardson apparently knew each other at that point. The ongoing lawsuit between Gearbox and former counsel Wade Callender alleges that. So basically, yeah. So Eddings got information about that.
About their stuff.
And he asked Randy Pitchford about it, and then like Randy fucking got super upset, and he's like, "Hey, where'd you get your fucking information?" And then when he became angry because Eddings refused to tell him the source, Eddings said, "He shoved the fuck out of me while I'm on the balls of my feet trying to whisper to Pitchford about it. He knocked me back 4 steps. I believe I caught him in a deception." And there was 2 witnesses to that. One told Newsweek that he didn't see what actually happened, but that Eddings was noticeably upset about what he described as an altercation with his boss shortly after. But the other, Gearbox co-founder Landon Montgomery, confirmed it, saying David leaned up to whisper something to Randy, and out of the blue, Randy shoves him hard.
Wow.
And shortly after GDC, Eddings said he was rage-fired because he refused to reveal his source. Despite all that, Eddings said he would still be willing. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So basically, he was like, he found, among like all the other stupid shit that Randy Pitchford has done, like, you know, do all this stupid horseplay and sound booths and whatnot. He basically, as a VP of business, he heard that people were trying to buy out Gearbox. And so he asked Pitchford about it. And Randy's like, "Fuck you, tell me your source." And Eddings like, no, thank you. And then he got fired.
Pushed him. And then, and then later got fired.
And then he got fired because he would refuse to tell the source. So,
God damn.
You know, Randy Pitchford.
It's
even right out of the park again.
What's even crazier about this is how Randy Pitchford hasn't yet been fired, because he's just the CEO.
They're mostly
though.
a private company.
Yeah,
I believe they're private, so the board of directors actually can't get rid of him because he owns more stock in the company.
Well, they can't be private and have stock though.
Well, yes, they can.
I thought in order to have stock, it has to be public. But
well, no, you can.
Okay.
You own part of the corporation.
Gotcha.
It's just that people outside can't buy stock.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
normal people can't buy it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But there is still, it's privately traded.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That fucking sucks, because like even the co-founder was like, yeah, he pushed him pretty hard, but we can't do anything about it, I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess not. And like it's weird because like probably nothing's going to happen to him for a while unless he like, you know, skims more money from people's retirement funds or whatever he did.
Yeah, it was saying here that
he also stole money from Sega to fund Borderlands 2 after they ran out of money. That's why I'm serious. That's why that Colonial Marine game came out. They outsourced it originally because they literally had to do it on the cheap because they spent all the money that Sega had given them on Borderlands 2.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
why Sega has been like, we're never going to work with you again.
Well, I don't blame them.
Understandably.
Yeah.
No shit. But yeah, it just sucks because like nothing's probably going to happen unless like Gearbox goes down for some reason.
Yeah.
Unless he gets, you know, indicted for something more serious, an actual federal crime.
Right.
That too. But well, you know, we'll see. But
we'll see. I'm not saying I hope that, but you can tell by the tone of my voice.
I'm just saying, you know, it wouldn't be too bad if something happened to him.
Something bad happened.
Like very few things kind of makes me think twice about buying like a game and stuff like that. I'm not the type to boycott things on like at the drop of a hat, like a lot of the internet seems to be. But
and then buy it anyways.
But like, I mean, you know, if Borderlands 3 turns out to be good, it just sucks, because like I don't want to support an asshole like that, you know. And but like then if you don't buy it, you're also punishing all of the people below
All the
him
people that
who
work
are
for him,
depending on
yeah.
it, and he's already stolen money. Well, allegedly has taken $12 million of revenue from the employee royalty pool. So it's like, God damn it. Is there anything that a consumer can do? I guess not.
No, not really. I don't, nothing I can
It's
think
like
of off the top of my head besides-
whether we buy
yeah.
the game or not, it's bad both ways.
Yeah, damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's just at some point, you can't do this forever. I mean, unless you're super high up in the world, which he's a CEO of a video game company,
But
so
they're
he's
not
like
even that-
mid tier.
It's not like he's the president.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
not. He's
where's
only,
the
like,
president
mid-tier
in all this?
I don't think we need to ask Trump about.
No, I'm talking about the president of the company.
Oh,
He's just CEO.
It's-
Is he CEO and president?
Well, they have a board of directors. They have a
Right.
president of the board of directors, but the CEO is still. It's not like a figurehead position since he owns most of
Right.
the thing. He still owns that company for
Gotcha.
the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, he also has I think the board of directors is like 5 people,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and I know for sure. I read tweets from Eddings and some other Reddit threads that he has at least 2 or 3 buddies on the council.
yeah, because he hired like a bunch of friends, and like that's part of like the lawsuit that we talked about last year, where his fucking lawyer was his friend or something or whatever. And now
Mhm.
they're having
Yeah.
a dispute.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it was founded by 5 people, and those 5 people are still, I think, with the company. And so, and a lot of people might not be aware, but Gearbox started out literally as just like a tiny modding company, and they were picked up by Valve to add mods to Half-Life, and then they slowly built out of that and became their own thing.
Ah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
they also stabbed Valve in the back.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, which is
another big reason why they went to Epic. Not that I give a shit that they went to Epic, but
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense.
anyways, fuck them.
Yeah, Randy Pitchford. He's a big
character.
old douche.
I think Randy Pitchford's going to take the spot of like what's going on in Fallout 76 this week. It's going to be what's Randy Pitchford done this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So we have about 15 minutes left. What do we want to go up to next?
Let's just skip on down. We can skip the ProJared. If you are listening to this and you're on the internet, you know ProJared, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's-
Honestly, I didn't know what he did. I thought him and JonTron were the same person. I'm
That's fair
serious.
because that's fair because they both worked for Normal Boots or whatever, which is like that.
Never heard of that before in my life. But I like.
Yeah, it's
I
a
believe
very,
you.
it's a very niche like YouTube. I can't remember what they call them, like media. Huh?
MCM.
MCM, yeah. It was him, Peanut Butter Gamer, JonTron, and all that. A few other guys. It's a very niche group, but
Right. Yeah.
no, he was basically kind of like JonTron in the sense that like he would either talk about like very old or weird games or for a while, and then like he kind of moved on to like doing like D&D and a lot of Magic the Gathering. And now I don't know what he's gonna do, but he kind of fucked up super bad.
yeah.
you can,
He's in some hot water.
you can check it all out on Twitter. Just type in that ProJared in the search bar, and you got. Well, actually, don't do that. You might find his penis. So look for credible news sites.
Yeah. That's
they won't
true.
show you his penis. So never mind. Don't do that. Unless you want to see it, I guess. I don't know.
I read
It's
through
up to you.
the threads and
It's there.
Huh?
I didn't see his dick, but like I probably if I kept going,
Yeah.
it was there to be seen.
Yeah.
It was there for
yeah.
availability.
Long story short, he and his wife were getting divorced, and she released a bunch of information about him and the sharing of pictures between people, and accused him of cheating on her, as well as there is a few cases that might very well be true of him exchanging photos with underage girls. So Look
Yeah,
that up
yeah,
if you're
not
interested.
safe for work Snapchat. But anyways,
Yeah.
piece of shit. Him, Randy
Yeah.
Pitchford. They should start a company called Gearbox.
Pro box.
Pro
Bro
box. There you go.
Because they're all about that. Anyways,
You want to talk about Bumbo and Isaac?
yeah, sure. Basically, Emmett McMillan made a giant general update tweet saying that Legend of Bumbo should be here at the end of Q3, which I think is like the end of summer.
Yeah, it was
it's
supposed
like
to come out
August.
at the end of 2018 and then the beginning of 2019.
Oh,
And then now it's, the end of summer.
Yeah,
You know,
August
which
or
is
so.
fine because, like, literally, I don't think Edmund McMillan has made a bad game since, like, I don't know,
Since
he's
starting.
been in the limelight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some of his
Well,
flash
well,
games
since
are pretty bad.
yeah, I mean, ever since Super Meat Boy became popular, I think from then on
Yeah.
he's made some pretty good games.
So that's coming out. He says Repentance should be out late Q4, so probably.
I
Just
mean, more Isaac DLC. That's good.
Yeah.
And a Four Souls
Allegedly.
expansion
Oh, and a Four Souls expansion. Shit.
should be coming out in a month or so. He says, and Mugenics, which is apparently like a cat breeding simulator that he's been working on and off for like
Oh my god,
since 2012.
Since 2012.
I've been
yeah.
excited about that since 2012.
Yeah.
So we should so just look out for those things. Legend of Bumbo and more Isaac. I know you will be excited.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's all about that Isaac life.
Yeah. And the Bumbo, I mean, Legend of Bumbo looks cool.
Well,
Love the art style on it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of cool that he like did a different art style for it because like
Mhm.
the majority of his games are like all just straight up 2D, either platformers or the Binding of Isaac, but
Right.
or Super Meat Boy or whatever. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
like 2D, 3D, it's cool.
Yeah. It
And the
definitely has a
cardboard
vein of
aesthetic just looks great.
yeah. It like the quality on the texture for the cardboard. It looks like cardboard. It's
Yeah, they did like a bunch of weird stuff to get that because I'm pretty sure like they like scanned in real cardboard. Like they did like it's not just a texture.
Did
Oh,
they
I'm looking at it
mocap
now.
the cardboard.
Well, they probably did. So, I mean, probably not the exact same like technology,
No, I was-
but well, no. I was going to say the way that Star Wars Battlefront did their rock textures, where they literally took actual photos of rocks and then did some technology stuff with lighting to get to look like real rocks. So, from what you were saying, Matt, it sounds like a similar process where they actually just put real cardboard photography.
I don't
into
know.
the
They
engine.
did like I followed the guy that who's the programmer on that. And sometimes he posts like his Photoshop stuff and it's crazy
That's cool.
Nice.
shit that I
Yeah.
can't even like comprehend.
It definitely has a Paper Mario vibe. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like Biscuit was saying, stay tuned for that. And then of course the semi exciting but also like okay, maybe eventually this will happen. There's a Final Fantasy VII remake trailer, another one.
That's exactly how I feel about it too. It's like, yeah, we know it exists. You've been saying it's supposed to come out for like a few years now.
I don't think they ever said that it was supposed to come out. I think they were just like, it's being made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
and just nobody expected that it would be like 5 years is all.
yeah.
like, people-
Square Enix. People, Kingdom Hearts fans laugh at that. 5 years.
Well, Kingdom Hearts fans got like 13 in between games in 5
Right.
years.
I mean, they have a like
yeah, but Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Mm-hmm.
12,
Mm-hmm.
13,
14.
13, 2, 13, 3,
oh,
14,
yeah.
Well, if you got 10
15.
too.
Oh, yep, you're right, 10, 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you've had all those games in between.
Yeah, that's true. And also Final
you're
Fantasy
counting-
VII.
So you're counting literally from when Final Fantasy VII was made to the Final Fantasy VII remake that was like announced like 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, how's it going,
Right.
Hooray? By the time the
hey,
Final Fantasy
hooray.
VII remake comes out, I'll have at least 3 grandchildren, and those 2 of those have divorced and their wives already. Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably.
And it's going to be episodic, so that's only the first episode.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Yeah, that's another thing I'm super excited for is that it's episodic. Which, yeah, they said they, I don't know, because like the reason why it's taken so long is they had to, like, redo the entire thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they said
they
they
switched.
they outsourced it, and then they were like, "This sucks." Remember
Yeah.
when Gearbox did that to Colonial Marines,
Right.
and then so they brought it in house, and they had to rebuild it from scratch, basically.
Hmm.
Gotcha. I am excited that it's like 3D action RPG style, and it looks really cool. But I'm not gonna like get hyped for it at all until I see it
Yeah.
out and see what it does.
Yeah, that's literally how I pretty much deal with every game nowadays.
Right.
Where I'm just like, it'll be nice when it happens.
Hmm. Oh, hey, how's it going, Butternut? And, Butternut
Butternut.
was saying, Matt turned into a chair. Well, yeah. Matt is currently not in the same state as me, so we're doing what we can.
He's in a more of like a gas state, as far as
Gaseous.
Yeah.
gaseous. I'm a more of a liquid state, and Spencer's solid.
Yeah, I'm solid.
So, yeah,
Really, we make up the whole periodic table of elements.
we do. Well, we're a force to be reckoned with for sure. How dare you leave you? How rude.
But yeah, I'm not. I didn't even watch the trailer because I don't really give a shit about Final Fantasy VII that much.
I mean, the graphics in the trailer look pretty good.
Yeah, but it's like Square Enix. They've always had good graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like a given at this point. Where I'm like, I can't get hyped for it because I'm like, yeah, it's them. It's
I
gonna
think-
look good.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they'll do it, but I think the only thing that would like make me actually hyped about it, like before it came out, is like, hey, listen, there's additional story stuff, and there's like important choices or something, you know?
Well, I think that's the mentality behind making it episodic, is that they're going to spend a lot more time on each
Yeah.
area
Yeah.
of the game to flesh it all out. I think
Yeah. It is a
Yeah.
game world, so that makes sense.
as
But
long as they don't do the bullshit that they did for Final Fantasy 15 with the side quests,
Hmm.
because the main quest in that game is fun.
Yeah.
That game is good. The side quests make me want to die. Go
Yeah.
kill
Straight up
this. Go bring this dude potatoes. And it's literally that
yeah.
over and over again. I'm trying to have a road trip with my bros, and you want me to collect potatoes? I'm the prince.
I'm the
not
prince of all
collecting
Saiyans.
The Prince of Potatoes.
I'm the prince of potatoes.
So as
Yeah.
long as they don't do that, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm
But yeah, I guess we'll just see.
yeah, I was going to say, I mean, there is a potential bonus for having it be episodic where, like Matt was saying, they could be fleshing out more stuff. The thing I'm afraid of is that they make it episodic, but they also, like, don't really flesh things out. Like, it ends up
Yeah,
just
it's
being,
like the same. Just
it's like the
better
same or
graphics.
maybe even shorter. And
Yeah.
they can, and maybe, I'm just afraid that they might feel like they could get away with doing that because it's episodes. So I hope they go the route where it's like, we're going to use this as a vehicle to make a bigger game overall by
Yeah.
releasing it in chunks.
Well, I think with Final Fantasy 15, I think they want to make bigger games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't not see this being open world ish in the same vein that Final Fantasy 15 was.
Yeah. Within reason, of course, with like the storyline. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely play it. I have tried to play Final Fantasy VII a couple of times. Mostly, I've just watched other people try to play the game, and it's since I don't have the nostalgia connected with the game, the graphics
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
hurt.
Yeah.
And usually, I'm
I
not. I'm not like that, right? Usually, I can play an older game, be fine. But holy shit, was this an
Final
awkward
Fantasy
stage
7
and polygons?
originally, it looks awful.
Oh
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Everyone is
Just-
just
the leap between Final Fantasy 7 and 8 makes Final Fantasy 8
Look
100%
amazing.
more playable and better than Final Fantasy 7 in
Yeah.
pretty much every way.
Yeah,
And they're on the
100%.
same system.
Uh-huh. It's nuts.
Hooray says, you're not down with eating some delicious potatoes with your bros? Shake my head. I never road trip with you.
Well, I am. I just don't want to get them for the chef. The chef should have them.
That's not my fault. It's the chef's fault.
Yo,
The food in Final Fantasy 15 looked fucking real. I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
it did look
What
real.
I've seen. Yeah, that looks really good.
Like I want to eat that 3D food. What, 2D food or whatever.
I mean, I was down for the road trip. I showed Spencer my road trip pictures.
Yeah.
Every day he get back from work, I was playing Final Fantasy 15. I'm like, come look at
Check
my
out what
pictures.
fucking pictures.
Look what I did.
Look, this is me and Gladius. We just killed a bomb. It's pretty cool. This is us hanging out by the campfire.
Just broing out. Bro trip.
Basically, yeah. Cloud's 3D overworld model is a perfect representation of early 3D games. It's more than a perfect representation. It's what I think of when I think of bad polygon early 3D games. That's the only game that comes to mind. I know there's others, but that's the one.
Yeah, it looks horrendous.
We only got 10 polygons. What do we do with them?
All right, put 4 for his bicep. Don't put anything where his elbow should be. Put 3 for his arm, his forearm, and make his head. I don't know, 5. What?
Yeah,
No, he.
one for each spike.
Yeah, he doesn't need eyes unless he's closer. All right, don't worry about eyes until he gets closer to the camera. Otherwise, faceless.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
backgrounds look nice though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, all the moving parts are awful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, the actual article and the story. There's another trailer, and they're gonna have more information in June for E3. And so this was a teaser saying that we're gonna have more info, which is
Coming out
apparently a trend.
2025.
I want a game company, like a big game company, to come out, have something like that where they announce something big thing everyone's super excited about, and they're like, coming out 2030. Everyone's like, what? And then they're like, just kidding. Whoosh, tomorrow. We're like, ah!
Oh, you got us. Oh, man. Just kidding. 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shit sandwich, right?
Right.
The shit on the. You start open with an insult, you give him a little compliment, and you end it with an insult.
Right.
Oh, man.
Coming out tomorrow. Whoosh, that's ridiculous. Why would you ever believe that?
Come on. This is in the 90s.
Fool.
Oh, man. Oh, you want to wrap it up here?
Yeah.
Let's wrap this bitch up in a bow and send it to Santa.
I mean, it's
Why
kind
would
of
we
early,
send it
but,
to
you know, I mean, I guess
You gotta get in there early, dude.
you got to get ahead of the crowd.
But why are we sending the gifts to Santa?
You don't send gifts to Santa.
No,
This
I
is why you
send
don't get any.
letters. They get-
This is why you don't get anything
Yeah.
back from him.
No, I do get stuff back. I send out letters, and he brings me stuff.
All right, I just guess we have a little bit more of appreciation for what he does.
Yeah, I mean,
I leave out milk and cookies. He likes it. He tells me every year. He leaves a note. Although it does look like Evie's handwriting.
doubtful.
I like to
All
think
right.
about it.
All right, Fistcake, why don't you tell people where they can find you and what you're doing?
1 second. Hooray says there's this Instagram account dedicated to making all the Final Fantasy 15 food IRL. It's fucking glorious. Oh, I mean,
I gotta look it up.
fucking, that's like half of Instagram. It's just like, oh, this is food. Or hey, I'm hiking. Check it out.
Or the part that I really love is all
cosplay.
the
Yeah.
damn it.
The hot bitches.
God damn.
The women of this world.
The hot women of the all women. Fuck. No. Fuck.
Here at Constant Complete, we respect women and all peoples.
We respect all bitches. You can catch me on the YouTubes at Google Fist Cake or youtube.com/superfistcake. This week will be more rad, more me and Adam playing Day of the Tentacle, more Evie screaming while playing Isaac, and we're going to be recording Enter the Gungeon, I think, tomorrow, so we should we'll be seeing some of that too. As for Twitch, we'll find out. I'm currently doing a survey thing you can find at the Fist Cake on Twitter, where I'm asking what kind of strategy I should have for playing these games I'm going to play. So far, I think Completionist is winning so far.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of easy to kind of transfer into because I'm already trying to like get all the endings in Sekiro. So just gotta do the rest of the shit, and then boom, that's one game completed. Although I'm debating on like what do I mean by completionist? I don't know if I want to 100% the game or 100% the achievos.
You can't pull back now, dude.
Well, no, it's just like I'm thinking like of old RPG games where like 100% meant like getting all the characters and doing all the
picking up every little chicken.
Every little chicken, so you can get the one item that's literally does nothing except for like, hey, you got the chicken.
This summons chicken sometimes when you get hit. Isn't that
Use
cool?
chicken feather.
You are the chicken
I
lord.
collected 180 chickens for this. What a weird number.
Oh god, it's like 800 Korok seeds.
Whatever you do, don't pick a roguelike. You're going to be at that one for the next year.
Right. I'm trying to get all the items. God damn it. So go check me out on those things. This Saturday evening on Twitch, I'll be doing a community night for people who want to hang out. We'll be doing some Smash Ultimate and I think some Magic the Gathering Arena. So go check that shit out. But where can people find you two at while doing stuff?
So you can check us out.
We do out stuff at.
What?
So on YouTube and on Twitch, it's the same thing. It's the Neanderthal Gaming TV. Streams that are coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be streaming. It'll probably be Enter the Gungeon for a day or two. And I don't know, Matt, did you want to continue to do Van Helsing or do you want to do something else?
I mean, I like Katarina a lot.
Yeah, she's kind of carrying the game for me, as well as it just being like super
definitely.
cash and just like I don't have to worry about being good at the game because the game's easy.
I
mean, we're playing it on normal, but like
Is she also Asian? No, she's not. She's
like Eastern European-ish, like Russian
Eastern Europe
accent.
Right? Yeah, I would say more Romanian.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That's why at first I said Eastern European because it's like it's it's Romanian and it's a good accent. It's she has a good she's got a good accent.
She's a good accent.
Pretty.
I'm gonna look at the
good.
voice actor
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
and see if the accent matches the voice actor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, did you already look that up, or are you going to right
I
now?
have not.
Oh.
I thought you said you
Now,
did.
I mean,
okay.
we've broached the question. Now I feel like we need to do it.
Well, anyways, continue on with the thing, and then I'll look it up.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah.
Also tell them about Into the Veil.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I'll do that too. Thanks, Matt. Okay, so you can catch us on Neanderthal Gaming TV on both YouTube and on Twitch. So, and again, we'll be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We might be playing Van Helsing for maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. Enter the Gungeon will be on Monday. It really just depends on our feeling, but it'll be one of those two games. Over the weekend, we'll be doing Melee, so Saturday and Sunday, Melee, as long as everything works right. And that about does it for streams. For Content Complete specific information, you can check us out on Twitter at Complete Podcast. That's where you get information about the podcast itself and any of the other shows with all three of us, including Into the Veil, which I'll get to in a second. And you can send us ideas and suggestions to contentcompletecast@gmail.com. The podcast does go live at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays on both twitch.tv/contentcomplete and twitch.tv/NeanderthalGamingTV. All episodes are available on YouTube. The audio-only version is available on your favorite podcasting app, and both are released on Mondays. Also, I did not add this in here, but we are doing this podcast bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks. To make up for that, we've increased the length of the podcast, but otherwise, so we won't be on next weekend. We'll have the podcast the weekend afterwards. So the next time a podcast will be occurring will actually be the weekend of the 25th to the 26th. So specifically the 26th on Sunday. But besides that, referring to Into the Veil, if people aren't aware, Into the Veil is a show where we play games specifically that have mixed reviews or are just really strange. Usually they end up being horror games or strange Japanese games. And one of us plays it and the other two hangs out and has and we all just have like a good time laughing at what a fucking crazy game it is. And it's a show that we've been going on pretty consistently for a while, but because Matt is in Arizona right now, and
it's gonna be on hiatus until I get back.
Yeah. I was just saying until Matt gets back.
Christ.
Well, we don't talk about it enough on the show.
Fucking thing.
No, okay. I had to establish it because we never mentioned the show on the podcast, so I wanted to establish it real quick and let people know that when Matt comes back at the beginning of July, we'll be back in it, boys.
I mean, probably. We haven't talked to Fizzcake about it, but I assume.
Well, I talked to him earlier today.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah,
sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all on the same
I was
page.
gonna try to. Yeah.
But
you want to tell them about anything else?
no, I mean I'm pretty good. Anything else anyone else to say?
No, thanks for watching. We appreciate you, Corin, Tack, Butternut, and Hooray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks everyone so much for coming in. If you are interested in previous episodes of Into the Veil, though, it's all on Neanderthal Gaming TV on our YouTube channel, and some of it's on Fizzcake's channel as well. Just search Into the Veil, and you will find it. But yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching, for hanging out, and we'll see everybody next time.
Peace.
Bye.